barriers to the uptake of renewable energy as regards climate change issues. Now, the effect of ACE is actually the relationship between climate change issues and its socio-economic impact, really. And that's what gave birth to what we have today. Now, the model is very simple. The idea is to look at areas where environment is involved and to work directly with organizations, institutions, both public, faith-based, and to see how we can collaborate to ensure that they actually do something in line with the mandate of each organization. So if I give a good example now, the Abuja Market Management Limited, the REAP program is actually a program that is directed at MSMEs. So we want to also use this opportunity for the pre-commissioning exercise to showcase what these products are and the issues of standardization, regulation, the area of environment, and I know that affects Nesdrea directly, and that's why we decided to choose. In fact, we really can't do anything without Nesdrea being involved if we're trying to do anything that has to do with environment, regulation, and enforcement. And one of the issues we have looked at is the issue of noise abatement and pollution as regards exhaust fumes from fossil fuels and the rest of them. And that's why we did a little survey just about, we've been on this for about a year, and we did a little survey in the markets. In this market we have about 1,500 shops. Now, averagely, when we counted at the last count, we had about 823 who have the small pass-my-neighbor generators. Now, each one of them have at least 3 liters of petrol, and then for some people they even keep extra kegs around. That means at any point in time we have about 2,400 gallons or liters of petrol, which if this place goes up in flames, I mean, the hazard is, first of all, the safety hazard. It's very powerful. Then the pollution, once there's no NEPA, for example, now what you find is everybody brings out the system. As much as environmental has tried to serve abatement and do all these things, we're not able to get any result because there are not been alternatives. That's why the Abuja market managers, Abuja managers have embraced this project. And that's why we've been able to do a pilot. That's the model. Do a pilot. The foreign company that is coming into the ACE network does a pilot to ensure that its workability and functionality of what entities will be doing, and then we kind of scale it. That's to be something that can be scaled up within the confines of environmental laws and regulations. And so that's why, so what we're doing now is a solar shop system. So we're replacing the generators here with solar power, and then we also have surveillance cameras with street lighting, solar power street lighting, and then also advert boards on it to generate revenue for the institution. So we have also looked at the footprints, the carbon footprints of, if we do a project like this towards building Africa's first fully compliant city, then we can begin as a city begin to claim, environmental carbon credits, footprints, and ensure that we do it in a responsible manner. And that's what we're trying to achieve. So standardization is one of it. We've had issues where people dump renewable energy, solar, they say it doesn't work, it doesn't do this, but it's not that it doesn't work, it's just issues of standardization. Some products coming from nations we don't even know, no maintenance, nothing, and then nobody's trained. Yesterday the Energy Commission came in and they were very excited. In fact, they said these were some of the issues that they have been battling, issues of standardization and the work with standard organizations. So if we can form a coalition like this, or a network like this, where we can work together, then it makes our work easier, especially for organizations like Nesdrea, which we know the mandate falls within that problem. So once again, we're excited that you're here. We want to look at possibilities and ways of sitting together and working together with the institution to ensure that we achieve our mandate. That's it.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I'm bringing you things from the Director General of Nesdrea. Dr. Mrs. Vera, who said I should personally we should listen to you, see how we can function a relationship. Well, thank you for that opportunity. And I think I would want to raise a few questions first of all. Are you on solar at the moment? Have you started the solar operation?
Yeah, no, we did the pilot. What we have done now is a pilot.
which you are using.
Which is the pilot here, yes, which is being used here.
Twin
That's the
power,
one I
yeah.
just showed you, the batteries. So I'm going to show you
But
the
it's not
batteries.
functional.
It's power. It's power.
Power, yeah.
Is that what we are using to power this?
When NEPA goes off, that's what powers this. Once
You don't need them for anything.
well, we issues we talk about, but you know we can't actually push NEPA out because of NEC, the National Electricity Regulatory. Oh, good morning, sir. All right, so this is the manager. This is the Abuja market manager.
Oh,
Hello, how are you? That's Mr. Sam Akwabi.
From Nesdrea, National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency.
You're welcome.
We came in to look at what ACE is offering in partnership with the market management.
Thank you.
And we're principal, we just started. Thank you for even granting us your office.
I'm on leave, so I just came
Thank you.
to take a document. Okay, all right. So, okay, Sam.
You know, that's a practical question.
Yeah.
Why you don't want to use the energy that you captivated or captured already, and really want to, because everybody will want to work in here and see the practical aspect of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm really short your reputation.
Yeah.
But that notwithstanding, I want to commend what you've done already. The fact that you have a place in it. Now perhaps I should seize the opportunity to mention that there's something we just started. And the UN, in the next 10 years, is going to work on what it calls Alliance Sustainable Consumption and Production.
Alliance for
So,
Sustainable.
it's working on sustainable consumption and production. For the next 10 years, the UN. And it talks about things like electricity, bulbs, batteries, tires, and in Nigeria, in the past 2-3 months, we just started building up an alliance. That is what is now called the Alliance on Sustainable Consumption and Production.
Wow.
Looking at all those things.
Wow.
And we are working in concert with about 5 agencies in the first instance. The Standards Organization of Nigeria,
Fantastic.
the Sudan,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
CPC.
That's consumer projects. Fantastic.
I think, yes, Nigeria Customs Services.
In fact,
Because they're bringing.
they're supposed to come in. They're supposed to be coming in.
and all that.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I think we have mentioned of the National Automotive Council.
Fantastic.
Remember they talk about motor vehicles and all
Yes.
that, tires, batteries, all. So we are thinking of, we are around 6 partners. We inaugurated about 2 months ago. We're working on modalities. We are starting with only this couple of, we move on to other products. But I'd like to announce that somebody had called to ask us, why are you interested? Why is Nesdrea doing it? I want to believe that we are doing the coordinating job at the clearinghouse mechanism. So if nobody's interested, nobody will get it out.
Exactly.
Somebody has to be interested.
Exactly.
I want to pull the resources and see how we can better the environment of this country.
Exactly.
And of course, by reason of our mandate,
Yeah.
it is to enforce all laws
Yes.
and the environment. And but we now come to the point that everything is part of the environment.
Yeah.
Because the environment has assumed almost a larger than life definition now.
Exactly.
It is now become defined as everything around you,
Yeah.
about you, and including you.
Being around you,
So that's
about
why
you,
we now
and
say, okay,
including you.
it means we should be interested in all that touches us.
Exactly.
So your idea is genuine and it's very, we are particularly pleased with what you started.
Yeah.
But I think we're in a position to work with you.
Okay, sir.
But we work out, we'll fashion out opportunities of that relationship.
Yes.
You raise the issue of pre-commissioning.
Yeah.
We've looked at your proposal, it's so good, what I've just started with some days ago. I think we can work together and have the approval of the consent of the agency representative, and we can start partnering with you.
Fantastic.
Yes, what do we do from here? What is the way forward? What is it? You said for about 1 full month we'll be here. We can come here and look at what we're doing.
Yes, no, we have to.
The commissioning is about August.
No, there's the launch itself.
Yeah, the launch
is
is
being launched by the FCT minister
Yes. On what then? I think it's
on the 1st of August.
August.
That's the next
So
Thursday.
we can look at this, make comments,
Make
and then
comments.
partner with you.
And then see how we can
How
work
we can
together.
work
Then we will now come to your organization
Yes.
and sit down and work on modality and how we want to move forward.
We need to be here to look at what you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
We can go back and then comments and say, well, it must be a good job.
Yeah.
We can work together. That's what we're here.
Yes.
To look at it practically. To guide our decisions, or to guide, to inform management to guide decisions.
Exactly.
That's what we're here. But I want to appreciate what you've done already. The only worry I was having was what I just raised. And I thought you would be using the same facilities at the same time.
Let me explain why, sir. You see, right now, electricity regulation, because those are the things we found out before we decided to use this model. Electricity regulation is still with National Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, and we needed to approach them to know what were the ambits of what we could do. It's not like we can, in nations like Germany, and they have a feed-in tariff system, where when you generate the electricity, you feed it back into the tariff and they pay you much more. So to encourage, but in Nigeria we don't have a feed-in tariff system yet. And over the energy policy and the electricity bill that is being sent out, this idea over the next 5 years, this is what government is looking at, where we're going to privatize it like the way we have our GSM. So, but until then, we couldn't wait till then. So, right now, the laws does not allow us to produce en masse. So, at every point in the day, you must have at least 5 minutes of NEPA, or you must have NEPA connected to yours, even though you're not using it. So that's the idea. So that by the time the feed-in tariff comes in, so by the time we use that as an alternative, which is first of all affects the environment. Let's see how we can remove these generators. If the generators are out of it, it means that noise is reduced, it means that pollution is reduced, and other things. And then over time, once we are now getting used to it, once government just says, okay, fine, let's privatize, then we know it means that we can now do it fully and expand fully. So that's the strategy that Verisol has decided to bring in, and then to support. So they are the technology provider on this project. So there are other companies in Europe, outside in America, who are going to be part of this coalition and then work together with us. And Nesdrea actually is meant to spearhead. I mean, it's a very important agency in the whole of this activity that we're trying to put together.
Yes, we are stakeholders just like others as our stakeholders, even though we may have a compounding interest.
Yeah, sure.
Being the apex agency, responsibility for enforcement of the laws and regulations. Because outside the law, outside the regulations, we can't do it.
Yes. And then we also find out that out of the environment, you have issues like biodiversity, conservation. Out of that mix, renewable energy has a big chunk to play in terms of reducing the footprint on the environment and all that. And that's why we decided to push it in that way. There are other areas where we will work together, but the focus of the ACE initiative is using renewable energy to actually mitigate, and renewable energy doesn't work without energy efficiency. That's what people think, it just generates renewable energy. No, it works with energy efficiency, you must be able to balance it.
The
Consumption, the production, exactly, so you're right. Sustainability, production, consumption, use,
Okay, let me just, let's look at it. We are here. There was, in your proposal, something like, okay, the US is not low grade, US is S.
Yes, S.
So we'll look at it and then make other calculations. I know that some other facilities were introduced to work on other things with it. We'll limit ourselves to what you want and what you want to do. We want to wish you the best in the pre-commissioning. And the commissioning. This is the pre-commissioning. We want to wish you the best way. That's why we want to do it. So long as you're doing it in the interest of the environment, you are doing a job with us and not partnering. So you can receive our approvals and then our endorsements. We'll go with you.
So what time frame do you think we will put to approach the organization individually and see what we can do, set up a meeting?
Yes, that's a view of having a meeting with us.
Yes, having a meeting.
It's a function of this meeting. We'll make our recommendations, we'll communicate with you. When the number officer is in touch with you. So you would want to make it practical.
We will need to come and start talking with them one-on-one based
so that we could endorse your partnership. It's just the first step. So do the young as soon as we leave here.
Alright.
We'll communicate with you and then do a formal letter,
Yeah.
a formal invitation. We believe at that occasion you'll be able to practically say what 2 or 3 things you want.
And then we want our
And
chief
then
executive.
work out the modalities of this partnership.
Exactly. And we want our chief executive also to be part of this.
He has to be there because we will. If you have to address the chief executive must be there.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll work it out and then we'll get it right until we are ready to meet. And I think what you would want is before the commissioning. Or is it after?
No, you can anytime. Before, after, the commission
Because
is next.
it's a little bit tight. You haven't never moved.
Totally.
It's too tight for us to.
Yeah.
Because I think my digital executive will be out of the usual assignment next one.
Oh, next
It may not be possible for her to receive the chief executive until after the commission. She has asked me to stand in for her and then attend the commission faster.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I shall go back to the management.
Alright, so maybe what we can do is that we can do is leave
I know that happened. We need to change the time.
exactly.
That's what we're working.
Yes, it's fantastic.
That's the future we're looking at.
Exactly. And then even some of these batteries are, Germany, for example, is looking at the 2050 all renewable energy policy. And from what we're looking at, the rate at which they're really improving and doing things, we might even do beyond that, even earlier than that. Now they just 2 months ago in the front of an institute of research, that's the biggest renewable energy research in the world. They just got a battery that is almost 8 times more in terms of storage for what you have now. So if this gives us, like my colleague was saying, 1,230 amperes, that means you're going to have batteries that do more, that take 8 times more of that. In other words, using less space. Because one of the issues we have with renewables is space. I tell you, for you to have solar, it has to be a solar farm for you to generate this energy. So
really get interested in what we call the
exactly.
Because all over the day, you just see the product
All over the place,
use stuff and
Exactly. So we're quite excited. I appreciate your quick response time to these issues and collaboration to work together. We really look forward to it.
One last question. This is the only place you have in one of this one.
Yeah, this is where we're doing the pilot. Then we're going to run the full retrofit. Hey, my friend! Yeah, those are all
Relate to generate. Take it to the market.
Yeah.
Market is where they want to take it.
Exactly.
In fact, we call it the market.
In the market where marketplace, they them to the marketplace. So the fall went to the marketplace.
That's where you do all the money.
Exactly.
The market. That's what I'm saying down here. You get to the market.
Exactly.
Where everybody walks in.
Exactly.
Sees it, buys it, and takes it.
Exactly.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Then we just show you the street lights. Yeah, we'll just do the street lights.
So your partners are upstairs.
Yeah, they'll show you outside. About 3,000 people coming on a daily basis. Now that's a good exposure for companies like Dangote, Nestle, sell their Indomie and what because it's a marketplace. So, but if you have an exposure like this, it goes for about 5,000 naira. I mean, to have this for per month. So, but we now have these scrolls 3 times. So rather than paying 5,000 naira for an exposure, you can now charge 1,500. And then have more people who come and advertise. Multiplicity of and be able to generate revenue without necessarily, stressing. So that is meant to subsidize what people pay for the surveillance. This goes on. It has an internet protocol. You have to pay for those things on a monthly basis. But you also don't want to burden the market focus. Guys that own the shops. Just pay for their and very soon is bringing it to no cost because of the spread. Normally that's what usually makes people fear solar. Yes, exactly. It became cheap and so mass production over the market. Each block, for example, now has 12 shops. So each block will have a little solar system, inverter, and battery. Then in each shop you have your meter.
It is.